Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lauren Fix, and this is the 2023 Maserati Grecale. Now, this is an all-new vehicle and is slightly smaller than the Levante that they offer, but this vehicle is really all new, both inside and out as far as technology. So if you've seen a Maserati before, this one you need to see because there are some dramatic changes. I'd like to thank Maranello Maserati of Western New York for giving us a first opportunity at the GT model. There's a Modena and there's a Trofeo, and we'll do the Trofeo separately because it has a bigger motor and it requires a whole different review. This is going to be for the two choices of engines with the 4-cylinder. The first thing you're going to notice is this is a compact luxury crossover. So it competes with everything in that category from Porsche and all the rest of the Germans and the luxury lines, but this vehicle has some really neat features that they don't have, and that's what makes it very special. You'll start off with the standard Maserati headlight design, and this is not called the grille, they call it the frame because it frames the famous Trident logo, which is what Maserati is all about. You'll note the LED headlights and its very distinctive signature lighting that you can spot coming down the road. Our test vehicle rides on 20-inch machine-polished alloy wheels on all-season tires, and you'll note that that wheel is inspired by that Trident logo as well. These 3 portholes on the side are iconic of the Maserati name. Note that updated GT logo, and you'll also notice that the Modena and the Trofeo, which are the other trim levels, also have that same signature. As you go down the side of this GT trim level, you'll see that it has chrome trim. The upper trim levels use body color trim. You'll also note that there is a full glass panoramic roof. An iconic detail that Maserati always carries is that Trident logo on the C-pillar of the vehicle, just to remind people parked next to you that you're driving a very cool Italian car. Coming around to the back, you will notice that upper spoiler, which gives it a sportier look, but also the rear taillights are LED, Maserati script which has been updated, and that carbon fiber rear valance. Curb weight 4,178 pounds. It's important to know that there's a limited warranty that covers 4 years or 50,000 miles. That includes the powertrain. There is no complimentary scheduled maintenance. One of the cool features that Maserati has changed is instead of it being an analog clock, it's now a digital clock. And on the higher trim levels, this can be changed to a different type of meter. But looking at the center screen, this is a 12.3-inch dual screen, the same size as the cluster, and it is paired with an 8.8-inch lower screen. We'll show you that in just a second. Amazon, Alexa, Google Assist are part of this. One upgrade that our test vehicle has is the 21-speaker, 1,285-watt Sonos Faber audio system that also includes wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Very nicely done. Looking at the center screen, if you look at the different media settings, this is very simple, easy to use. Your settings are all touch screen. Navigation system, 3D, really nice. We're out in the town of Clarence right now, but I really just wanted to show you how crystal clear everything is. And this is really important. Also, your phone connection when you're ready for that. But the vehicle page is interesting. You've got the My Car. So this will tell you the service, the information, you need the tire pressure as well as the oil pressure, which is nice to have, and your driver mode Explore, which allows you to go to comfort. I'm currently in the GT mode. And when you do, you're going to notice these controls change. This gauge changes based on efficiency, electronic controls, acceleration, stiffness, and responsiveness. Now switch to the next mode of GT, and all of the dynamics change. That's really neat. You see there's more responsiveness, a little stiffer, quicker acceleration. Now go into that sport mode, which I was driving around in because it's just too much fun. And that whole dynamic shifts. And this gives you an idea for the average driver what you're looking at. Additionally, the electric vehicle mode, which gives you that additional performance, which is really nice. And as you drive, it shows that to you. And you have the performance pages, which this comes from Mopar, Chrysler, Stellantis, whatever they keep calling their names. Has a turbo, a torque, and oil pressure gauge, consumption history, your torque management, a drag race mode. We have not done that yet, but looks like somebody else has been playing around and got a 13.3/8 mile, and that's pretty good, pretty good. Going further down, you've got accessory gauges if you need them. They're right here if you're towing. Going over to the control center, you can shut the screen off, you can dim the mirror, and you can also get that surround view camera. And there you go. very easy to use. Everything is really responsive. Plus all of your settings, you can personalize everything you need, including for those safety features we discussed earlier. You can pick the different modes, how you want them to act, if you want to have them intervene or just warn you. So that's really nice to have. Then of course you can add your apps, whether it's Alexa, Google, Android Auto. There's that performance pages we were just at. There it is. See, and that's, like I said, a name from another company. And the electric vehicle mode, if you wish to check that out, so you can get the best fuel economy. Really nicely done. The 8.8-inch screen, which is below the shifter lever, which is here, has the clock, your heated seats, ventilation, everything you need. Again, you can sync things. Everything's easy to use. And if you want to just touch different screens, like your park assist, it'll help you. Your defroster and your audio system is here on a slide. And you don't notice it right away. It's very, very subdued. You will also note this beautiful aluminum ventilation system across the top, really nicely done. The leather materials are super high quality, nice stitching. Below the impressive head-up display is your configurable 12-inch gauges, which has a ton of information. You can change those screens on the left side of the steering wheel to whatever you would like, to the different clusters. Change to evolved. You want your classic. Let's see, we want the classic. There you go. Very classic. You want to go back down and you want to go to the relaxed mode. That's not me in any way, shape, or form. Those of me that know me know that's pretty true. We're going to go back to the evolved mode because that's the one that I like. One other thing you'll notice is these gargantuan paddle shifters, and that is part of the Maserati look. You can manually shift this car if you wish, and all of the stalks are here on the side. One thing that's special about the Maserati, besides this beautiful Trident logo, is you will notice that the start-stop button is right here, and your drive mode button is here. Other unique features, and there are a lot of them, and I'm not going to be able to get to every single one. These beautiful aluminum speaker grills, really nicely done with the logo in it. And there is a push-button electric door handle, and that is new for both the inside and the outside of this vehicle. In the second row, we have some pretty comfortable seats that are nicely shaped. Seats 3 across with 2 latch systems for child safety seats. There's 2 cup holders in the center. This goes up. The seats split 40-20-40, and they're really easy to put down. There's a latch on the side of the seat. If you're coming in from the side door, you don't have to go around to the back to release the seat. In front of you, you've got storage behind each of the seats, heated seats, as well as ventilation and charge ports of USB and USB-C. In the doors, you've got more speakers from that Sonos Faber system, and it's all digital, including opening the door. Under the hood of our test car, which is the GT, there's 296 horsepower. This is a turbocharged 2-liter 4-cylinder engine that earns 25 miles to the gallon. If you step up to the Modena, it's 325 horsepower. That's a high output version, turbocharged as well, and it's a 2-liter turbo. That earns 22 miles to the gallon. Both engines are backed up by a ZF 8-speed automatic transmission. If you step up to the Trofeo, it's 523 horsepower, 457 pound-feet of torque. That's a twin turbocharged 3-liter V6 that has a 0 to 60 time of 3 seconds and a top speed of 177 miles an hour. That is an obvious step up in price as well as a step up in performance. Since we are test driving the GT mode, there is also a Modena, and that's going to have more horsepower. But if you want the Trofeo, you really want that super performance, then you want to step up to that V6 engine. You're going to get a lot more power. And we'll do that in a separate review, like I've said. But I really want people to understand just what this vehicle is about. Fuel economy is as expected in this price category, in this compact luxury SUV category, which is the most popular. You're going to get around 25 miles to the gallon. So your first impression is, it is very tight, it is very specific, it has almost a German feel to it, and that's a good thing, or you could be an Italian sports car feel, depending upon what you're looking for. But it's very specific, it's got very tight steering, not too tight, but it's not sloppy whatsoever. You will notice the moment you sit in this seat that it is very comfortable, and also visibility. You've got this nice wide front windscreen as well as a backup camera and an around view camera that is standard. And that is really important. You can also dim the rear view mirror. A lot of little things are included here. A little bit of sound too, a little bit of exhaust note. And I think that's kind of nice when you're driving a Maserati. You want to have that feeling, that experience. And you get that right away, instantly. You can tell this is a special car. This is not your everyday driver. This is not transportation. This vehicle has personality. And I think that's really important when you're buying a vehicle, especially when you're buying an Italian car, whether you've ever owned an Alfa Romeo or a Maserati or any vehicle that's Italian, you know that you're going to get a very special experience. Now, one of the things you notice you get in this car right away, besides all the beautiful materials, which are absolutely premium, you've got luxury leather with real stitching in the base model, which is nice because typically in the base model, you're not going to get all the goodies, but you're getting that in this particular GT trim level. And this is nothing special. It has a few options. It has the safety features added on. This trim level that we're driving today has the technology package. It has the additional safety, which I highly recommend, which is a lane departure warning, the active cruise control, and the safety features that you would want, the blind spot detection, driver attention, all those things are part of a package. It also has the technology package, which means you get the better audio system. So they've really package this vehicle at Maranello really nicely. And the reason that I like all these things, these are the things that you would want on a vehicle. If you've owned a Maserati in the past or an Alfa Romeo, you know that there's a lot of sharing of product. What you notice right away in this car is it's all new. You've got a new 12.3-inch cluster in front of you that is configurable. You've got a head-up display that is huge. It is color. It's got my navigation screen on. I can change it and adjust it any way I want, but that should be in a luxury vehicle. Also, when you change the different drive modes, which are here on the steering wheel, which I think are totally awesome, you've got your start-stop button right here. You've got your drive modes, much like that of a Ferrari. Again, all part of that same family. The experience and the feel that you get with this vehicle is quite different than that of its competitors. Nice acceleration, very specific. I like the smaller steering wheel also. It gives you more of a controlled feeling. This vehicle really has nice grip to the roadway. I'm pretty impressed. This vehicle has good pickup. It has nice brakes, tight handling. It is very, very well built. You can tell that it's got great contact with the roadway. This vehicle does not have the optional air suspension and adaptive suspension that is standard in the Trofeo, which is the highest trim level. Brakes are really nice, very tight, firm. Love the feel. Back on the power. Ooh, I like that sound. That's nice. But there is a little bit of turbo lag, and that's really important for you to know. It's just a little bit. But if you're driving any vehicle with a turbocharger, there's going to be a little bit of turbo lag. But they did a nice job just washing it right out and going right for the performance aspect of this vehicle. When it comes to cargo space, the seats fold flat. Cargo space behind the second row is 20 cubic feet. The 2023 Maserati Grecale starts at $64,995. Our vehicle had the $8,200 tech package, which included the heated, air-cooled seats and a lot of the cool features you want, plus safety and that audio system, bringing that vehicle at $79,000. Yes, you can jump into the Modena at that price, but then you want to add those additional options and it will get more expensive from there. There are some pros and cons to this vehicle. On the pro side, excellent material quality, really nice build quality, and I am very impressed with the tight turning radius. It's a nice peppy little engine for this price point. On the negative side, it is the priciest vehicle in this category and there is no maintenance included. Is that a deal breaker? No, it's not. If you're thinking about buying a luxury compact SUV, you definitely need to take this vehicle for a ride. It will make you smile when you drive it. Now, we didn't cover all the little details when it comes to this vehicle. I'm sure you have additional questions. Put that down in the comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to answer your questions because I think you really need to look at the insurance costs, the cost of the vehicle, and see what meets your family's need best. If you'd like to support our channel, you can buy me a cup of coffee. The link for that is down below, as well as for our website, our podcast, and my book. Check out our channel. We've covered all the competitors, which are a lot of German competitors, including the Volvo XC60 and the Genesis GV70, which I'm a huge fan of. But these two vehicles, you got to drive them back to back to make a decision what's the best vehicle for you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll look forward to seeing you next time.